Konnichiwa, what's up? Back on my bullshit with another Draw This in Your Style challenge. This one is by Angel Ganev. Week, what does that say? 19? I can't see the small text, but it's week 19 with this character called Blaine from Angel Ganev on Instagram. Highly recommend you guys follow that dude. He's pretty cool. Drawing this character in my style, so I tried to go with the front angle this time. I like to switch up the angles because, you know, it's kind of boring if it looks like the same thing. So I tried to do my own little take on it. For this one, I wanted to do something a bit different. So right now I'm just going through the sketch. I got my references to the right and the left. The left is the original picture or drawing. I kind of wanted her to have a scowling emotion, you know, just a little bit, like some sort of slight confidence and also slight annoyed at something. I don't know. I just like the emotion. Right now we're just sketching in the mouth and the facial expression that I want. Sketches don't take too long for me. I kind of just go with the flow, and I always can change it later on when I start rendering. She's in some sort of leather jacket, so I put a leather jacket to the side so I can kind of keep in mind what it looks like from the front. Never be afraid to grab references. You don't want to just guess what a leather jacket looks like. Some people get it fucked up and make it look like a tuxedo or some shit, and I'm like, just grab a reference, dog. Go on Pinterest or Google or something. Right here, getting in the hair, seems like some sort of Skrillex cut, I guess. Like the left side of her, the right side of her head, sorry, that was my left, but her right side of the head is all shaved. So yeah, definitely some Skrillex vibe going on there. Every tough biker girl has that Skrillex haircut. Don't know why, but that's just how it is. Right here, like I told you guys in the last video, what I like to do is I like to multiply my sketch layer and then change the color of the lines. So then when I go in to do basic painting like this, or put in the basic colors, then I won't have to deal with black sketch or black line art. I can just blend it immediately without having to worry about trying to hide gray lines and shit. Okay, so right here, just putting in the eyebrows, filling in basic colors. From here, not a lot to do yet. You don't have to lay in any basic shadows or lighting just yet. But, yeah, here we go, putting in the studs. So, from here, what I was talking about earlier, that I wanted to go on a different take. So, what I did was I drew the original character like this. And then what I did later on, which you guys are going to see in the video, is I did some sort of glow in the dark transformation of this character. And I thought it was pretty cool. I just wanted to do something different because all the time I see with these draw this in your style shits, people do the exact same thing as the original. They don't really take it anywhere else, you know? They draw it at the same angle with the same facial features. And at a certain point, you can change the original to a certain extent, of course. Because what I like to do is I like to keep to the original design, you know, in respect to the original creator. But I like to actually do this in my own style. So some people, I guess they don't understand, like, you can do this kind of stuff at a different angle. Don't be afraid to, you know, just do something different. I took it at a different angle. I could fucking draw her upside down if I wanted to, but you know. Oh, sorry about that notification. That's my phone. I'm popular. No, I'm not. All right, right here we're just fixing up some stuff before I start to fully render. I think I'm already fully rendering. Yeah. Sorry, I just had a stroke. Okay. So right here, I'm just trying to get that scowling look. I change things here and there because I don't like the way they look sometimes, but, you know, it's okay if you want to, like, warp shit. Never be afraid to fix out. Never be afraid to fix your mistake. Sorry, I'm very clumsy today. Alright, just fixing the positioning, putting on some of that cheekbone depth. Gotta have them goddamn cheekbones. What I like to do on a dark part of the face is I like to put a little bit of a highlight to kind of represent the ambient light coming from another light source. You can't see it here because the background is all gray, but I just like to do that so the viewer can tell that there's a different source of light somewhere. It's not as strong, it's very soft and subtle, and you don't need to put something sharp like a rim light, because then that's just like definitely a whole nother light source that's directly in front of you. But you don't have to do that. It can be very soft and subtle, like I did on the right side, our right side of this character's face. You could see a subtle highlight on her face, and that's just saying like, oh, there's another light source coming from somewhere, probably, I don't know, just somewhere. It adds more depth, and I like it. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but you know, fuck it. We're not this isn't science, all right? We're not gonna calculate where exactly the light's coming from. You just have to indicate it somehow. And right here, just I'm trying to figure out some lighting for that light source to the right, adding in some highlights. What I like to do with skin is I like to have 3 colors. The first one is the local color, which is the color that you first laid down. Second one is a darker color for like shading, shadows and stuff. And then the third one, I like to have it as sort of a highlight. So you need light on your skin. Light bounces off your skin. It's not just some weird matted material. So the third color is the highlight of the skin. So you just put it on places like the cheeks, forehead, chin, tip of the nose, to kind of bring out the actual shape of the face. It's gonna look flat otherwise. Alright, right here, I'm putting on makeup. Makeup is like my favorite thing to do when I draw faces. It's kind of fun. You know, you can do whatever you want with makeup. That's, you know, a lot of girls do it nowadays. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Boys too. Boys have makeup too. I guess it's 2019. Putting in those eyelashes. Honestly, I gotta work on the way I draw eyes. I kind of don't like the way I draw eyes. I really gotta switch up my style. Okay. Right now, fixing the lips. I really gotta work on lips too. I gotta work on everything. I don't know, not feeling too confident about my art nowadays. I don't know why. I'm just in a mood or something. Okay. I like to put little creases in the eyes. You know how I like to do that. You guys have seen my art before. That's just my thing. I don't know why, but I like to add tension in the eyes. This little thing right here with the checkered background, I just press Control-Shift-X and it lets me warp what I've already rendered. So if you don't like the way something is positioned, or you want to blow something up real quick, then I just go and do Control-Shift-X and it'll take you to that little window. Then you can manipulate whatever you want. Okay, right here, I'm doing the hair. I'll probably put up some sort of hair tutorial in the future. You know, I like to treat hair like ribbons. And I have a very stylistic way of doing hair. It's not the most realistic way, but I like the way I do it. It's easier for me. I don't have to spend like 5 hours just on the hair. I like to add just, you know, just some lines. Treat it like ribbons. Pretty much like ribbons, shiny ribbons. Okay, right here, just kind of trying to get the other half of the hair. Of course, her jewelry. She has like 4 piercings, I think. 2, 3 in her ears, and then 1 on her nose. I just put an earring on the other side too, because I was like, it's kind of weird just having one little hoop earring. Isn't that kind of weird? I mean, I guess guys do it, but well, guys have both their ears pierced nowadays. Back in the 90s, they would only have like one ear pierced, and I always thought that was weird. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Highlights of the hair. Here, this is where I start to like change the jacket and stuff. Right now I'm working on her sweater. I went into a photo bashing method because I wanted it to look a little more realistic, but also painted over. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like the way the jacket looked, so I went into another photo and I kind of cut out the white. I changed the color of the sweater. Originally white, now it's black. You can just do that using the lightness option. It's pretty easy. And then I start warping so I can kind of match the figure of my drawing. Okay. I had to put straps on both sides, so just copy paste. Photo bashing is actually pretty simple, but you can do a bad job. Like, photo bashing is it's not the easiest, it sounds easy. You just take a bunch of photos and you mix them all together and just make it work. But if it's a bad job, then it'll definitely be obvious that you use several photos. It's important to kind of paint over photo bashed stuff so it'll look like a painting still, because if you just put a painted head on a real photo, then it's going to be very odd. The style's not going to work, so you have to paint over it at least a little bit. See here, I'm painting over the jacket, trying to fix this picture that I got it from wasn't at the highest resolution, so I definitely had to paint over it to get rid of any weird noise from the picture. Noise is in like, just blurry pixels. And here I got rid of some folds because it didn't work with the lighting that I wanted. You also have to think about that too. You can't just photo bash and not think about the lighting. Okay, so there I was just comparing so I can check myself, not wreck myself. Fixing the sweater. From here, this is where I start to try to go into that glow-in-the-dark thing that I was talking to you guys about. I just really wanted it to make... I really wanted to make it more interesting in terms of telling who this character is. I just thought, because of the eyes, I thought it was some sort of like kind of powerful character. That she has all these superpowers and shit. Kind of like, what's that dude? Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider type bullshit. My bad. I didn't read the backstory because I'm an impatient person sometimes. And I'm not very good with stories, like making up a background for characters. My apologies. I will read the description next time. I'm a dick, I know. Okay, just fixing up the shadows here, painting more over the jacket, putting in some folds. I think soon we'll get to the glow-in-the-dark part. Ow. So clumsy, keep bumping into shit today. Alright. So this is where I copy paste and do another folder, save. Here, just fixing some more stuff. Don't forget to go in and just fix stuff, because some parts of the face, I admit, can look blurry. So I kind of just go in and sharpen it. Here, and I'm working on the shine of the eyes. Add more depth. Make it look like, she's outside. Oh, shit. Yep, that's where Photoshop crashed. That sucked. Photoshop always crashes on me. Oh, no, wait. That wasn't it. Never mind. I'm tripping. Photoshop didn't crash on me right there. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. Fucking who knows. Oh, wait. Yes, it did. I should take more vitamins, because honestly, I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. I'm kind of tired. I drank 1 cup of coffee today. It is 8:43 in the morning. I wake up at 6 every day. What am I talking about? Talking about the fucking painting. Alright. Right here, we're adding some rim light. I like to color dodge the ear pink, so it'll look like light shining through it. You know that thing? You ever put your hand in front of a flashlight and then your hands are all red and pink and stuff? That's subsurface scattering or something like that. It's pretty cool. Okay. think I'm about to be done here before we move on to the cool little glow in the dark part. Okay. Just gonna let that run its game. I like to try to blend the hair into the background so it'll give it more depth, as if the hair is kind of disappearing into the background. Okay, right here, this is where we get into the glow in the dark part. I wanted to do a purple and green kind of color scheme. I didn't know what I was doing at first because I was trying to figure out what colors I wanted to use. I definitely wanted her on fire. Like her hair and her shoulders, I wanted to be on fire. Because she looks like that kind of character, you know? And adding effects like this is not too bad. You gotta find a good PNG. Right here, I was just adjusting colors. I wanted it to have more of a purple tint, so it'll work with the color scheme that I wanted for the effect. Okay, right here I was just trying shit. This is where I started with the fire. So how I did the fire stuff is I got a PNG. You'll probably see here in a minute, but I got a PNG and I just changed the hue, which you can do by pressing Control U, I think. And then you just change the color of the fire. It's pretty easy. Yeah, there's the PNG. And I took a soft eraser and I kind of just played around with it. I didn't want it to look like alfalfa, so I had to be really careful. I think I tried it a few times before I got it right. Okay, that looks good. Kind of reminds me of, what is it? What's that Pokemon? Ponyta, the one with the fire mane and the tail. I don't know what I'm talking about, Pokemon. I'm sorry. I'm a little off today. Okay, right here, this is where I wanted to paint the face to make it look like kind of a skull, you know, in reference to Ghost Rider. I was gonna paint an entire skull so I could animate her transformation, but I felt that was too similar to Ghost Rider, so I was just like, we're just gonna paint one on her face. That's close enough. I'm lazy. I'm not gonna paint an entire skull. Come on. Okay. I was just trying to figure out the color and the layout of the skull because it's kind of hard to convey a skull on a face. You gotta have the hollow eyes and the teeth, of course, but other than that, it was just kind of tricky. I didn't want it to look like a clown, so I had to try my best to convey a scary skull kind of thing. Here, I was just trying to look for a good green to use, and I wanted it to glow in the dark, so it had to be sort of bright green. I thought the green and purple worked very well, too. Okay, we're approaching the end here. I hope you guys enjoyed my little voiceover for this Draw This in Your Style challenge. This was a really fun one to do. I liked the character. I thought it was interesting. Hopefully he comes out with another good one that I can do. No offense, but sometimes the ones that he does, sometimes I'm just not that into it. Either that or I'm just a dick and I'm lazy. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully he comes out with another good one. You guys can see the finished piece of this on my Instagram, and you can also see other stuff like this on my Instagram, so don't forget to follow me on there. That's where I'm most active. And hopefully I'll see you guys again soon for another one of these videos. I'm trying to turn this into a series because it's fun, and I feel like everybody should try to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, tell your friends, do whatever you want to do, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, bye bye.